morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to this week update. Today is 28th of June, and in another 48 hours, this month will roll to an end. Now, let's update on our instruments. We are going to start with DXY week chart. This is the weekly chart. We believe that we are coming to the end of this structure here. At least if it's going to give us a corrective structure, this is done as an A, B, and this is almost completing itself. We should watch for reaction around 9,500 to the upside. Around this area, that's where I believe we may see some reaction. So we still have a little more downside to go. And thereafter, we expect dollar to react strongly back to the upside, either correctively or impulsively. Around this level, you don't want to sell. You need to wait for reaction. So far, this looks like a 5-wave structure: 1, 2, a 3, a 4. So the 5th wave is what we are in at the moment, and we believe that there's still a little more downside to go for dollar to drop the more. So that's what I can see on the weekly. You can see the kind of deep pullback we had here, almost erasing a daily candle here. So that place was a strong, very strong resistance area. Then we see dollar crashing again. So, but we're almost there. In the coming week, what do we expect? Let's look at the daily chart. In the coming week, we can still see that after this 3rd wave completion and the 4th wave here, we are still yet to take this. So this place is a tough area for price to break. And as a matter of fact, I don't expect price now to break 99,420. So price will see this place 99,420 at a strong resistance area. Now, for now, looking at this daily candle, we may have a strong pullback. If you have that, it will be a plus. Why am I saying this? The price has tendency, when you look and you study DXY, apart from other dollar structure, if you study DXY, when you see gaps, price tend to probably roll back to fill those gaps almost immediately before proceeding on its course. There's a gap here that had existed, which price had failed to come to. There's another gap here. We can see this gap existing. So this is a clue that the price may come to this area and this area. So if price decide to react around this area, we may see a deep pullback around this area, filling this place, probably without breaking this area. It may infringe, but this gap here between 98,300 and 97,500 area, it's where I think price may pull back to before dropping to destination. So that is what I can see. On Friday, we can see this candle also. On the 4-hour time frame, what do we see? On the 4-hour time frame, you can see that the price, more or less has been consolidating around this area. And when you see this kind of consolidation, it may tell you the price actually want to fill. These are the gaps here. You can still see them occurring around this area. These are the gaps. These are the gaps. These are areas. You can see when you had gaps here, price immediately went back to fill that area. Then when price went up, it created a gap around this area. Price had to come down. So gaps also may lead you to immediate direction of the market. So there's a gap here and there's a gap here. So I still believe that price will come to fill this area. Maybe see this point 98,500 as a resistance before we resume bearish again. So here, price may immediately begin to go up or still break down the last time for that deeper correction to occur. That's what I can see. Now, Euro USD is the same. Euro USD is the same. Price will break the top again. But once the price breaks this low, and advance to break this low, then we should expect that deep pullback without breaking 44,400 area. Price may give us a deep pullback before going to the upside. So if you have that, we'll take that. Price still has, in my opinion, has a little more upside to do, maybe around 1.1900 before we can relinquish, and we should be looking for sell around that area. Now, looking at pound USD. Pound USD, what would, I listened to so many, had a few other coach or channels that I watch to see how they present things around this area. So if you look at weekly time frame on pound USD, weekly time frame on pound USD, we are seeing this structure, still going up, and this is still bullish. This is still a bit bullish, but for now, once price will come to take the low of 1.33800, then that will end, the bullish move. So the weekly structure, the candle is still there. We might still experience some more. If we go to the daily time frame, and this where at times it's not only the RSI that you look at so many other things to judge, because when we are having this structure forming here, with this consolidation, I thought that it might just give us an extended flat before it pushes high, and that was what price did. But if you look at the RSI here, the RSI here are more likely been giving us a decline, a deviation to the downside, which probably showed exhaustion of price, and the top price probably will just change the trend and begin to go down. But the DXY was not actually, inclined towards that. So I thought that the best we will have here is an extended flat, which eventually what we had, and price is going up. So we have to see this go up and expect a reaction around maybe 38,500, 39, before price will go bearish. But you have to continue to watch DXY to guide you. So in this also, let's expect on the 4-hour time frame, let's expect a 50% retracement to 618, but I think 50% retracement might be ideal. As it's coming down, watch the way the wave will be created to guide you to take, a buy to the upside, cautiously to the upside. And this is the top area now. This will be a very strong support now. Now, NS Kiwi dollar, NZD, I think it's the same that we are expecting. Can see the way this one is really messed up, really messed up. So after dragging, also this actually gave a running flat. I'd expected probably I gave some of my members, I gave them, to place an order, thinking it was going to give us an extended flat, but eventually it became a running flat, an A, B, and a C, and that was sharp, and the price didn't break this low, and it went up. So for now, we're going to expect the same thing. That hasn't broken this top yet. We're going to expect a correction to the downside for further rise. So we are getting there. Now on USD JPY, even if you look at the yen crosses, yen is seriously under threat. Yen is seriously under threat. But for now, let's pay attention here. We are seeing this fall here. The reaction that we are seeing here is majorly due to the weakness in the dollar. So yen, apart from this move here, has not really made a strong move yet. We may be seeing that in the coming week, in another 1 or 2 weeks, probably next week, we might see reaction from the Bank of Japan, to force to intervene. So we have an A, B, and this is C. Now, reaction I'm getting here shows clearly that this price may not be going up again. This is the weekly time frame. So we are expecting that this may just be an A, B, and give us an extension to the upside. Reaction to the upside around this area. We may not be getting that due to this price action I'm getting here. So a bearish move and a bearish move here may just continue to force the dollar, the yen, dollar yen to the downside, at least to break this low, which we expect an extension of at least an 100 to the downside before any possible shift. I think that shift may occur when the DXY also has burnt off and is trying to react to the upside. That is what I can see here on the weekly time frame, and on the daily time frame, I think it's same. Now on the daily time frame, yeah, so we can see that's the move. And now so far after this 2-day push to the downside, we are seeing some corrective moves. And on the 4-hour time frame, what can we get here? If we will get it, let's see, 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we might still see a push to the upside, either capping or steady breaking here before going down again. This looks like a very impulsive move, and the price trying to break up here before it bounces to or it falls again looks very unlikely. It looks very unlikely, and you can see it has been a retarded reaction here from the dollar. Yen looks pretty strong to have created these 3 waves, and the best we can probably get here is capping this area before it falls. So we'll see what it gives us. Now, let's look at Euro Yen. Euro Yen. Euro Yen seems is not ready. On the 4-hour, it had created this top, but it is not a strong reaction yet to take the price to the downside. But I believe that this is setting a pace for a fall. It's setting a pace for a fall. This is probably an ending structure that we are creating, in my opinion. Once we break this low of 168,500, then the price will continue to fall. These are last movement, but it's not yet ready to go down, to back down. I see this as a complete wave 1, a wave 2. So we are in the middle of a wave 3 of that ending structure. And probably we take a move, break up, one more correction, one more up. So I can see 3 waves here, 3 waves. That's what I can see. I can see us breaking up one, coming down to break up the third time, then fall. So that's what I can see here. On the daily time frame, so we can see that extension. We are yet to reach 1, 2, 3 extension to the upside. Taking this as a wave A and a wave B, and inside of a wave C here, if you're taking these as an A, B, C, if you're taking this inside of a wave C, A, and this is a wave C, B, then this is a wave C to the upside. Instead of this wave C, we are seeing this as an A, B, and the C leg to the upside had broken an 100. That was where we had a small entry. So we are going to probably get to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or see that reaction. So that is what we are seeing here on the weekly. It's bullish, but without breaking this area, we might see price reacting. So we are almost there. So all we can do for now is to wait for that reaction before we load or launch another, short to the downside. And once the Bank of Japan enters into this intervention, we might see a big fall from here to the downside. The last is gold. The last is gold. I want you to pay attention to what gold is trying to do here. Now, we can see now, let's first flip to the monthly time frame. When we see gold on the monthly time frame, now, it has always been like a bullish. This is still very, very bullish. This is still very bullish. But for the first time, we may be seeing a bearish candle appearing here at the end of this month. Why? It has been nothing but consolidation throughout this month. So this month is closing very soon. So we are seeing this reaction here. This is very corrective. If it's going to be a big push to the downside right from the first month, then we would have seen it erasing this. Then we can intend that, okay, probably a change of trend. But for now, this is still corrective. This is monthly. The old month is probably within this area. Even it's small, but it's big. Now, looking at the weekly time frame now. Go to the weekly time frame. Now, we are seeing this message structure, which is a consolidation. Now, what this tells me is that instead of breaking up, it kind of giving me a flare that now we are now about, going on a wide leg of a WXY. So we are seeing this as an ABC structure to have formed, and we thought it will continue to crawl up even after breaking this top here. And that's the gimmick. We thought they will continue to go up and break up. But for now, what I'm seeing with this formation here, though under consolidation, it's like price wants to finish a wide leg, breaking this low one more time. So this is an ABC of a W and ABC of an X, and we're going to see a Y. Most of the time when you are seeing WXY strongly will give you a reaction around 100% extension to the opposite side. So we should expect a break low. Price, of course, may visit 127 in the WXY, but never would it give you would it give you a 1618? So those are strong area. 100 extension to the downside of 127 area is where we should expect. But for now, with this formation here on the weekly, what do I expect? What do I expect here? If you are into gold, I don't want to continue to sell from here. Looking at this formation, I don't want to sell from here. I want to see price not break this top here at 33,800 on the weekly analysis. I want price to work its way between this week, the tail of this week at 33.40 and 340 and 33.68 area, a pullback there before for the resumption of the fall. But for now, it's going to close this way. It's telling me the price now wants to do a wide leg. Now, on the daily time frame, what do I see? Like I said, I don't want to sell from this level. This is the first leg on the daily time frame, A, B, C of a W. And this is A, the inside of a B and a C wave here. Actually, this was 5 waves. And if this 5 waves was going to hold water, we needed not to have broken this low. So we have broken it now. That means that 5 waves does not hold water. It's just a C leg of this X wave here, A, B, and a C. So now, again, this price is not going to continue to fall this way. I expect a reaction around 618 of the, if you look at this whole move, price may just give us a reaction around 618 to give us a deeper correction. So giving us a deeper correction, we're going to look at those levels that I talked about, that 33.40 and 33.68 area, and the areas that we're going to see. Yeah. If we are still in trending to the downside, price will not break this daily top here. Price will not break 32, 33.25 if we are still trending. But I expect that this is about completing a wave of Y. So we're going to have A of Y, B of Y, and a C of Y is what will take this low. So that's what I'm expecting, an A of Y, B of Y, and a C of Y to take this low. So if that is what I'm expecting, so we're going to pay attention to what is happening around this area. This looks like a 5-wave structure. Even on the daily time frame, it looks like a 5 waves. It may not have completed. We may see a little downside. I can see that this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. Now, looking at the problem for most trader is where to sell or buy. So, and that's why I'm doing this analysis now. Now, like I said, breaking this area tells me that price wants to resume bearish. So if this had been an X wave or we are going up, then this like 5 waves to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then A, B, C of the B in the middle. And this is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we were to go up, we need not to have broken 618, talk less of breaking here. So for me, this is an imprint of a Y leg to the downside. So for now, we should see reaction around this area here. We are almost there. So for more upside, at least, for more upside, this is like a 5-wave structure for the first move. So we're going to get a zigzag on a Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where you pay attention to see the inside of this. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. And if this one will go down again to give us the 5th reaction around this area, then it can just be the 5th wave for us to have a reaction to go up. And in going up, I don't expect us to take up this area of 33,900. I don't see price in that area. I don't see price in that area. Of course, price may take 33.50. It may take 33.50. But what gave me an assurance that I don't expect price to take here is on the weekly. When I went to the weekly to that time, so let's look at it again. These are ways we do analysis to see where reaction and support and resistance exist. Now, looking at this top here, of this top candle here, that top candle, I don't expect price. That's 33.84. I don't expect 33.84. So this low here, it's where you should expect that's a reaction, a resistance at 33.68.69 and 33.40 area. So that's where I had mapped if we are intending going down to finish up the Y length. So flipping back to 4-hour time frame. So you now see that price is not expected around this area, which would have, erased that weekly candle creation or weekly resistance. So we expect price may pull maybe to about 50% or 618 before falling again. So that's what I expect. Bringing out my drawing now. These are the areas. You can see that's the first resistance, the top of that candle, and this is the low of the week. The top of the candle, the body of that candle, of the weekly candle, and this is the low of that week here. So I expect price to crawl within this zone here before falling. And this is the top of the candle, the tip of it, that's actually 83. I don't expect price to break this area. Price may crawl around this area. It may crawl here, it may break here or not. And this may serve also as a resistance, for price. So price looks more likely to touch this area. This area might be a big challenge for price to crawl to. So we should look for a sell around this area. And a break outside of here, 33.83 means that we are bullish again. So that's how to plan. For now, I think price is going to fall one more time to complete these 5 looking waves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. A break, above of 33.85 or 86 means that correction to the upside has resumed. With that, I've come to the end of this weekly update. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe to these channels. Help others. Also encourage them to subscribe to this channel to grow this community. Bye.